Yeah, Drew, how do you feel like you guys on the offensive line played in that first scrimmage? And then looking forward to what's left of camp, what do you feel like you guys on the line need to accomplish?
I thought we had a good first scrimmage. I mean, there's always stuff you need to work on, and I think that's just what we're going to continue to do. One of our main points of emphasis all camp has been running the ball, and I think we did some good things in the scrimmage, but there's also some things we need to clean up, and then we're just going to continue to work on that and work at getting better.
Yeah, every day it seems like we've heard there's emphasis on running the ball, there's emphasis on running the ball. What does that look like in practice on a day-to-day basis that was maybe different from last year, maybe even the spring?
I mean, the first thing we talk about every day is how we ran the ball after practice, and then we're just doing a lot more. We're working on technique and fundamentals and everything during Indy and trying to apply that and working on our technique to live practice, like the scrimmage periods and stuff like that, and trying to work on just different techniques.
Yeah, you're someone who obviously has a close relationship with Gunnar in the past off season or so. How have you seen him change, if at all, as he goes about approaching trying to be a starting quarterback for you guys?
I mean, I think last year he kind of approached it as if he was starting every game because you never know what's going to happen. I think that helped him out later in the season when Carson went down. But I think he does a good job just preparing every day. There's a group of guys that goes and watches film with him every day, and they just try to get better. And I think he's been approaching it the same way, but just understanding that he has a bigger role.
Ed, you're over here to your right. Who are some centers you maybe watch or model your game after? Who are some guys maybe you grew up looking up to?
I mean, one that comes to mind is just said there and praying just because he was here right when I got here and he was already the leader of the O-line. He had started for 1 year, and I was blessed to get 2 years with him. And I really just like to watch him and watch how he led and watch the game. But really, when I was growing up, I really wasn't watching like centers and stuff. I never knew I was going to be a center or anything. I always just kind of played around, played offensive line, but I really never was watching centers growing up.
What have you seen from Juan, and what is your advice to him? For young freshman coming in getting reps with the first team, that's kind of impressive.
I've been really impressed with Juan. I think he's done a really good job. Just I mean, he's huge. He takes up space. He literally like when he's blocking somebody on film, it looks like he just engulfs them because you can't even see him anymore. But I've enjoyed playing next to him when I've gotten the chance to, and I think he's done a really good job. But just like something, a piece of advice I'd give to him is just keep working and trying to master your technique. Just because he's doing a good job and he's doing a good job working on that, and I think he can just if he keeps going on the right track, he'll be a great player.
Well, what about the other guys that are lining up next to you at right guard? How are you kind of helping those guys come along as I imagine you're kind of rotating guys in there?
Yeah, we're rotating a few guys, but I'm just trying to kind of help them with my communication. If I don't communicate to them what they need to do or what I'm doing on this play, it kind of screws them over. So I'm trying to kind of over communicate. And it's a bunch of younger guys in that position. So I've kind of tried to be there to encourage them, talk to them after plays, and kind of try to get, like, even on the field, not even in the film room, like, try to get on the same page as them. So going into the next period or next drive or whatever, we'll be on the same page going through reps, no matter who it is at guard.
Yeah, you got a chance to start last year against Mississippi State and Auburn. How did that experience sort of help prepare you for this upcoming season, what you're going to be trying to do?
I think it helped prepare me a lot because, to be honest, before I first started, even before I would play some games that we were ahead of a lot, I'd get a little nervous and be anxious about going in. But I think that kind of calmed the nerves, especially after the first game that I started. I just I realized that I've been there before. I've played in these games, and I'm really excited to be able to play in all of them this season.
Yeah, obviously you and Gunnar going into your first year starting together as a tandem. How important is it that you guys, I guess, either watch film together or see defenses identically? I remember Cedric talking about having four eyes and one thought there between the quarterback and the center. How important is it for you and Gunnar to be on the same page?
I mean, it's extremely important because I'm doing the deck points, and then he can change them, or he comes up and does something, and I got to know this is where he's going. That's why. And if he's going somewhere and says something on the points or whatever, sliding this one way, you got to know that there's a reason he's doing that and kind of anticipate what the defense is going to bring. And that's why it's important to watch film together, because like when we see these tendencies and we get on the field and we know when he's doing this, this is going to happen, or when I do this, he knows this is going to happen. It's important to be on the same page with all that.
Hey, you're on the defensive interior. Who've been some of the more roll to your left over here? Who have been some of the more disruptive guys on defensive interior so far this year?
I think really all the defensive interiors done a really good job. I mean, Christian Miller coming back from his labrum surgery this past spring, he's done a great job getting after it. getting after fall camp, just trying to get better and get back in playing shape, and he's done a really good job. And then I'd also say Xavier McLeod, Jordan Hall, Elijah Griffin, they've all just been playing really good during fall camp, and I've been playing hard. And then also Nambi, he showed up a little bit, and they all do a really good job.
Yeah, Drew, want to ask about Dontrell Glover. He's one of the guys that got here a little later. What would have been your early impressions of him?
I think he's a really good player. He's smart. He is really physical when he's playing football, and I think he's just really a natural football player. He does a good job with knowing what's coming and doing this. And if he keeps working the way he is right now, because he's really working hard during fall camp, he can be a really good player.
Drew, Kirby was talking about over your left here. Kirby was talking about so much newness on the team. What's different? I mean, I know it's still Georgia football, it's still Kirby, but if you were going to compare this team right now to last year's team going in the stage ball camp,
I think there is a lot of unison. Something Coach Smart always harps on is just the connection aspect to everything, and I think we've really embraced that through spring and summer workouts and the teams coming together. And also during fall camp, we've become closer. I mean, we're staying in the hotel across the street. We're here for long days. Just the only people you're around is your teammates. And I think that really brings you closer in unison. And I also think everyone's just having fun with fall camp and practice and trying to make the most out of it and actually improve instead of just being complacent. We're all trying to get better and work in the right direction.
Your Coach Smart was talking about JJ and how his situation a little different, being an international player, but how driven he is. What have you seen from him as he gets ready for his freshman year?
I think he's going to be a really good player. He has such a motor. He never stops. I mean, if it's a rush, it's never over with him, because you think you have him and he's working another move. Until the quarterback throws the ball, he's working a move and then he's running down the field. And I think also he does a good job he's done a really good job learning everything and coming here, and everyone loves him on the team, and I think he's just really fit in well.
What are your thoughts on the Blue Guardian caps, and how badly do you want to get one or hang on to one?
I mean, during spring I had one, and then come to fall camp, only the people that got them from the summer were the people that had them still. The people that got them from summer lift, so there was like 4 people, and it kind of like built a fire in me kind of to try to go get one for myself during fall camp and work so I could get one. And I think that's how a lot of people on the team are. You see someone else with it, you want one. And then also once you get one, you try to inspire other people to want to get one. So I think it's a big thing that's coming along.
Yeah, when you first came in as a freshman at Georgia, obviously there's a massive jump between playing in the SEC and high school football. How difficult and challenging was it for you to try and rebuild up your body so that you could handle some of the physical challenges that come with playing in this league and at this level?
Yeah, I mean, I went to a lot of different high schools because I went to 3 different high schools with my dad moving around. And I think going and playing at Auburn, a bigger school, kind of helped me prepare because I was playing recruits that were also going to this top level. But also just when I got here, just trusting the strength program and all that and going in trying to work in there every day, which sometimes it's hard to do with the hard workouts we have, but just going in there and keeping my head down and trying to work to be able to build up the strength to be able to play in this league. And then just also taking care of my body. I had a labrum surgery and I had to rehab that and just get everything right and try to take care of my body to where I don't have any injuries that make me have time out.
Hey, Joenel, can you just put into perspective just how much further ahead you are in terms of understanding the defense at this point now than you were last season going into fall? Obviously, we saw you had a really strong spring.
Yeah, of course. I feel like I came a long way understanding the defense. Right now, I feel like the position that I'm learning, I got everything down, so now I'm starting to learn the safety position, so good to have some more versatility in my game.
Yeah, Joenel, when you go back and watch your performance from last year when you were healthy, what were your takeaways and what do you think you need to improve upon going in this year?
I think, my takeaways were just being able to, when I'm healthy, I just know that I'm a great player. And what I can improve on, I feel like probably my man-to-man cover. I feel like that's something I can improve on. That's something I've been improving on. So going into the season.
Kind of going back to that, you battled a few different injuries last year. What kept you going? What allowed you to fight through that and not get down when you got banged up a couple times?
What kept me going is my teammates, man. I knew I had to be there for my teammates, and I wanted, obviously, be there playing with them. So that's what kept me going. But, uh,
Yeah, I guess one, did you say you were working at safety some, and two, if you are, just kind of what has that learning process been like, learning safety in addition to continue growing at Star?
um, I feel like safety helps me understand my position more, like learning where my help is, learning, where to stay leveraged at. So I feel like learning that position helps me a lot with my position currently now.
Yeah, what have you seen out of Ellis Robinson so far this year, and how can he help this team?
Man, Ellis is a dog, I ain't gonna lie. The boy's a ball player. And I knew Ellis going up. So I've been seeing it in him. So he definitely gonna be big for us this year.
How have you been feeling physically and mentally throughout like how summer camp's been? Because it's been like a toll. It's like takes like 2 weeks of your body and mentally. So like how are you feeling like physically, and like how's your mind doing?
Mentally, I feel like this is probably the best I ever felt. Just being here. Cause I understand. I've been here for a minute now, so like I just understand how everything works. And physically, you at Georgia, you always gonna feel a little, banged up, but it's just how you push through it and make sure you're getting your treatment and everything. So
Obviously, you guys lost Malachi and Dan Jackson as safety. You have KJ. What about the other safety spot? What does that look like this year with some of the guys trying to win that job?
right now, I feel like everybody just competing. I feel like there's nobody has a spot right now. Well, just trying to focus on getting better every day. Just learn the playbook and just getting better.
Joenel, how has Adrian Maddox fit in with this team, and what to you stands out about his game?
He's always around the ball. I feel like, he wherever the ball is, you're gonna see him. So yeah.
Joenel, Coach Schumann talked to us the other day, and he talked about how tackling was a big issue for you guys last year, that you guys didn't do a good enough job at it. And Kirby's coming in here now, just a few minutes before, talking about how tackling's still an issue. I know those guys are just not easy to please, but what does that mean to you guys defensively when one of the most basic forms of kind of what you've been asked to do is something that just keeps getting brought up as something that you're not doing as well as maybe you need to?
I think we just need to improve on that, keeping our leverage when tackling, keeping our eyes up, and just finishing the play, and we got it.
Yeah, how has Rayshawn settled in, being one of those summer enrollees, and what have been your early impressions of him?
Boy's a dog too, man. I'm not gonna lie. Was it dog?
We're asking about a lot of other players. Let's talk offensive guy. What have you seen as Zach Branch, the transfer from USC?
Zach, yeah, he like that. I'm not gonna lie. Going up against him every day, that's why you come to Georgia, iron sharpen iron, and he's getting me better as a player. I'm getting him better as a player. So, going back and forth for him every day is pretty good.
Kind of along those same lines, just as an entire secondary, what are the battles like out there with this receiving core, and what it's like going against really anyone on that side of the ball?
I mean, it's elite battles every day. Every day you got to be on your P's and Q's because, they coming after you and we coming after them. So, we just, friendly battle and just trying to get each other better.
Dalen Everett is, I guess, a third-year starter at corner. What do you expect from him this year? Obviously, came up big, against Texas a couple times. What's it like to play with him, and what do you expect from him this year?
He's a great leader. A great ball player. Understands the defense. He's a good guy to be around. He's just overall a great player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coach has been talking about how important it is for KJ to kind of take a step as a leader, more of a vocal presence. You play right there in front of him at Star, and when you're not playing beside him, how has he taken that step? Do you hear him more often, I'm guessing?
Yeah, KJ stepped up a lot this year, being a vocal leader and just being a leader all around on the defense. I feel like, he's doing a good job of, leading us me as well, and Jacory and all the other guys. But we're doing a great job of it, and it's also doing a good job too.
More questions? Okay, that's it, man. Thanks.